Okay.
Yay, okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Siskiyou News and Views. I'm Cindy Summers, and we're here in our mobile studio at the Shasta Regional Community Foundation office in Mount Shasta with the Development and Communications Officer, Audra Beylik. Audra, how are you today?
I'm great, Cindy. So good to see you.
So good to see you again. It feels like
old times,
doesn't it?
almost.
Because we do go way back.
We go way back to the days of MCTV 15 and yeah.
Just
live remotes from the Rose Garden and
tossing a cable down from the second floor and just have some coffee and some comfortable conversation with the community.
Exactly, it was so fun. There was the traffic noise, however, we don't have that today.
Well, we don't have the opportunity of dragging people right off the street onto the show anymore
That's
either.
true, but I bet we could find somebody in our office.
We'll look to do that at some point. All right, so we're here to talk about, we're going to call Shasta Regional Community Foundation, otherwise goes by Community Foundation. So we'll be talking, when we refer to you guys as an organization, we'll just say Community Foundation,
That
correct?
works well.
Okay.
Avoids confusion with a hospital in Reading.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So you have offices here in Mount Shasta and in Reading. Let's talk about that. Let's talk
Okay.
about the foundation a bit.
The Community Foundation, the home office is near Turtle Bay in Reading, California. We started in the year 2000 with a grant from the McConnell Foundation that started the Community Foundation as a way to locally focus on philanthropy and giving back to organizations in Shasta and Siskiyou counties specifically. So that's our service area.
Okay, okay. And you've been with them how long?
I'm on my third year.
Third year.
I'm on my third Giving Tuesday.
Oh, wow. Okay. And speaking of giving, you have given a lot in the past to the community. Let's talk about some of the things you've done to the past that led you to this opportunity here with the Community Foundation.
Okay, well, I think I'm in my perfect job at this point in time. I've been a professional photographer. I worked as the executive director. I had your job at Siskiyou Media Council for a couple of years. So I was a producer. I produced shows with the television network, and that was really fun. I've also been an elected official in the City of Mount Shasta Planning Commission and City Council. I served as Mount Shasta's representative and the Small Cities representative on the League of California Cities. This seems ages ago.
Former mayor of Mount Shasta.
Former mayor. And then I worked with Great Northern Services, a great organization in our county that really provides essential programs for income qualified families, housing, rehab, power assistance, energy assistance, food. Food is their big thing.
Yeah.
And we lost our offices in the Bulls Fire of 2014. After that I became, in conjunction with my job at Great Northern, we all bounced back pretty fast. I was the public information officer for the long-term recovery group as the community of Weed proceeded through their recovery process.
Yeah.
And then I joined the Community Foundation in 2015 as their development and communications officer. So I connect people. We talk about philanthropy, how to give back in a community. If people are interested in setting up an estate plan or some kind of legacy gift to support community organizations into the future, I can facilitate that with our other staff in Reading.
Oh, so if you don't have plans for your, we all don't know what's going to happen in our futures. But if you have some future planning that isn't set by some family members that you could give, your wealth away to or your estate, then they can come talk to you about contributing to community programs, right?
Right. We work with a lot of professional advisors in Siskiyou and Shasta County. So, if you already have a CPA or an estate attorney, they can help you. And we just connect the dots and make sure that your desires and wishes are carried out.
Now, before you had this position, did the Community Foundation have a location in Siskiyou County, or is this more? Okay.
Yes, it did.
Okay.
We had since the beginning an office in Mount Shasta, then it went to Wairika, and now it's back in Mount Shasta.
Okay, but it is a countywide organization. You're
Yes.
serving all of Siskiyou County.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. And so if people are interested, not only are we talking about Giving Tuesday, but you do have a lot of different grants and stuff available, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that a little
Yeah,
later in the show. But let's talk about the big day that we're here to talk about.
Okay, we're here to talk about
Giving Tuesday on November 28th. Yes.
And this year, as we have in the past, the Community Foundation is hosting a platform online for one day of giving to benefit, we have over 120 nonprofits this year participating, close to 45 from Siskiyou County.
Wow. It keeps getting bigger every year, right?
It
What did you
does.
start out with?
Well, here's our little step graphic here.
Oh, look at
Our
that.
first year, we had 64 nonprofits, and we raised $422,000 for them. Last year, we had 96 nonprofits, and we raised $750,000. So yeah, it was a huge step up, and all of this with a website platform that we'll just say it was a little shaky. We had no idea the volume and the generosity that exists in Shasta and Siskiyou County, so we're pleasantly surprised and grateful to be able to step that up this year with a professional giving platform through Civic Corps is the name of the company.
Okay.
So we are, as I said, we have over 120 nonprofits, and we just hope to raise $1 more than we did last year.
That's so much, though, even if it was that much. I mean,
Well, it is.
Good
Of
job.
course, we can speculate, but.
yeah. Well, let's say good job, Siskiyou County, and everybody that contributed
No
to
kidding.
Giving Tuesday. That's incredible for, the level of, poverty and financial challenges that, are overwhelming here in Siskiyou County. The fact that that happened to help local nonprofits, just unimaginable, really. I mean,
Well, there's a lot of generosity here, so I don't want to buy into an impoverished county in any way, shape, or form. I know the numbers show that we are challenged in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we have people in our community who have established funds through the Community Foundation and other avenues. We have large corporate donors in our region. So all of this combines to an incredible turnaround of generosity, and we try to focus it on this day in particular so we can boost those donations with money from our Nodell Family Endowment Fund.
oh, and how does that work?
Yes, really
Well-
exciting.
Well, okay, so we have Thanksgiving,
Right,
and then we have a couple days of
Black Friday,
Cyber Monday, where you can buy for yourself, but we want to continue the spirit of giving, right?
Right.
So that's why we're doing it on Tuesday the 28th.
That's a national program, actually, Giving Tuesday, that started about 6 years ago.
Okay.
So, yes, it's happening all around the country and the world, but the Community Foundation has established North State Giving Tuesday, so we could make it easy for nonprofits to participate, one-stop shopping, one-stop annual giving for our residents in the area, and even their friends who like to support similar causes from around the country.
So when we talk about the organizations, all of them have signed up already, right?
That's right.
Okay, so that deadline is done, but however, Giving Tuesday, you don't have to wait till Giving Tuesday, right? We have a new opportunity
There
this
is
year.
a new opportunity this year, thanks to the professionalism of the online giving platform, which is at northstategives.org. We can have your donations scheduled in advance, beginning November 14th.
Oh,
In the past, you had to be sitting at your computer on that day, the 28th, or the Tuesday after Thanksgiving as it is, and you needed to make your donation that day. But this year, beginning this year, at our platform anyway, you can schedule those beginning November 14th.
okay. Now, at northstategives.org, you can find all the information about the different organizations. They're currently, everybody, and Siskiyou Media Council is actually participating this year.
As are we.
Right,
Community Foundation.
okay, and it's boot camp month, right? So let's talk a little
That's
about what's
right.
happening with the organizations with that.
Sure. So, one of the things that the Community Foundation, our mission, is to connect people with causes that matter to them. So, in our leadership role in this event, we are offering training to nonprofits in the form of toolkits leading up to the event, lots of stuff spelled out, helping you through a million ideas. And we have scheduled 4 boot camps where they're voluntary for people in the nonprofits that want to sit in a room maybe with some other people who've gone through this before, glean what they can from them. Anyway, it's all meant to help foster the capacity of each participating nonprofit.
Okay, and it is all online, right? And so that's
The giving day is online. Yes.
Giving's online. And so what you're doing with those trainings is you're helping the nonprofits to develop their online presence to help create a greater impact, greater level of success with this program. But also, it's not only just for this Giving Tuesday, right? These tools that they're learning right now can help propel them into more profitable endeavors in their business, everyday business, right?
That's what we call improving the capacity of the nonprofits. So we talk about board development and how to engage a board. We talk about how to find new donors. We talk about giving campaigns, this one in particular, but the tools that they learn in this process will definitely help any other plans they have to raise money. The beauty of the Giving Tuesday event is it's important to remember that these are unrestricted funds. A lot of times nonprofits could be beneficiaries of a grant program or a special grant, but it has to be used for something very specific. In this event, the nonprofits will get one check that represents all the donations they've received on that day at northstategives.org. And they can spend that money however they need to. So if you got a big phone bill, you can use it for that.
Right.
You can use it for staff time. You can use it to throw a party. I mean, you can use it however you want.
And also, it gets away from a lot of the reporting structure and everything that you have to do oftentimes with grant funding that you
Correct.
Right?
There is no follow-up report, but each nonprofit knows, their requirements and their accountability throughout the preparing for and through the end of the event.
And so basically we do want to make it clear that you are providing a platform and assistance, but it's up to each of the nonprofits to get out there and do the work, right?
Right. The Community Foundation, my job is to market the event in Shasta and Siskiyou counties. So we have a number of advertising avenues and interviews and things like this that we're doing. And then each nonprofit's job is to market their participation in the event. So, they're going to want to reach out and say, hey, we're part of North State Giving Tuesday. Make sure you go online and
NorthStateGives.org.
NorthStateGives.org. The actual event takes place between 6 a.m. and 8 p.m. on that day. We do have extended hours this year.
Okay.
And all major credit cards and debit cards, as well as e-check options are available. But there's no PayPal, no Venmo.
Oh, okay.
None of those.
Okay. But it is secure transactions, so it's okay to have your credit card out there. Well, let's talk about the benefit of what happens actually on Giving Tuesday to be looking in live, because there's some interesting things that are happening.
There are some interesting things. Well, first of all, the hype around the 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. or scheduling your donation in advance means that there's $85,000 of incentives that are coming from the Nodell Family Endowment Fund of the Community Foundation. So this is a fund when it was set up where the donors wanted the money to go back into the region to help nonprofit organizations. So we think this is a perfect match. So what we do is all of the nonprofits will share in that $85,000 depending on what percentage of the total raised that day that they raised.
So, okay.
So, if you raise, let's say...
if we raise 40%...
that'll be a chunky dollar add-on. Right. Well, I'm going to hesitate to go into examples because when I start to talk about zeros, this many zeros, I get really excited. So what I would encourage you to do is go to northstategives.org and hit on the incentives tab at the top. Yeah, you'll see it right here. The incentives tab, and that will show you and explain the incentive pool. We also have a number of hourly prizes, which is going to be exciting. That isn't complete yet, so I'm not going to show that to you because we have 14. There's 14 hours of the event.
Yeah.
At the top of every hour, we're going to randomly draw a nonprofit from Shasta County and a nonprofit from Siskiyou County who will each get $500 because we have business sponsors that have signed up to provide that each hour.
Okay.
So it's really fun. We go out and they do a random draw and we'll videotape it and it'll go live on the social media feed that day.
Right.
So at the top of each hour you'll see, our hourly sponsor and the prize awards happening.
Fabulous. So for those of you who kind of want to put your brain around this, if you remember telethon days, it's kind of like that, but with an online feel is what we're doing.
Only online.
Only online.
Right.
Only online. And so in giving, this is all tax deductible?
Well, you should check with your tax advisor.
Right.
These are all nonprofit organizations, 501c3s, as is the Community Foundation. So all of the donations that are collected under the umbrella of the Community Foundation for the benefit of a specific nonprofit, it would be considered a tax deductible donation for the most part. Okay. Unless the nonprofit is offering you something else on the side.
Yeah.
We don't know about that part. That's up to their scene. But yeah.
Because you let them individually market things as well.
Absolutely.
However they choose to market this event for them.
Absolutely.
Right.
But they will get one check from the Community Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization. So it stays at that level. And we tell people, this is a great year-end giving. If you're looking for a way to
have some write-offs before the end of the year for tax season, right?
You say it that way. That's good.
I say it that way because I'm not an accountant.
Right. Well, actually, this year too, there's another option for those of us in a little older ager group.
How do you know? No, it might be closer than you think.
Me and my peers.
Okay.
Anyway, you can do your IRA rollover donation. This is something you want to set up with your tax advisor beforehand, and probably aim for that week of November 14th, to pre-schedule your donation. But that's a tax advantage, and your tax advisor will know more about that. If you have IRAs and you want to make a tax deductible donation from it, from the proceeds of this year, you can do it. It's pretty cool.
So it's closed right now for participants. If somebody wants to sponsor, get in on that, can they still contact you guys? Are there still sponsorship opportunities available this year, or you've kind of...
We only have, the Community Foundation has a presenting sponsor, that's Reading Bank of Commerce, who made significant contributions for us to work on this website. And Pacific Power Foundation, who also is a part of the website improvements. So we have our three top levels, if you will. We have our hourly sponsors, and we have media partners, like yourself, like Reading Records Searchlight, KIXE, and a number of other publications. So yeah, in terms of the planning is well underway, so we're probably not adding things now. But next year we start planning. Well, we'll start planning on
the day after.
But truly, we kick it in August. So if you're part of a nonprofit and you missed an opportunity to participate this year, you should sign up for our on our Facebook page, Shasta RCF. On Facebook, and our website is shastarcf.org. And there's an e-newsletter subscription box on that page. You should sign up for that if you want to stay on top of the kinds of things that we're doing that involve communities, grant applications, deadlines, events, that kind of thing.
So now that we're talking about that, besides Giving Tuesday, there's a lot of other things that the Community Foundation does in the community. Let's talk about that a bit.
Well, most people think of the Community Foundation as a source for money in terms of grants and how we impact the community. We manage over 120 funds. These range from scholarships to donor-advised funds, endowment funds, family funds. And as a result of having those under one umbrella, we're like a community savings bank.
Oh.
So all of those funds are under one investment advisor group, and the proceeds and the benefits of having those pooled funds has resulted in over $21 million going back out into the community since we started in year 2000.
That gives me chills.
It's
That's
pretty
incredible.
amazing. And what's pretty exciting about it is it almost starts to hit this exponential level. Like once a community foundation gets to that 20 million mark in terms of granting, it tends to pick up. I don't know, I'm excited. We're all excited. We love our work, really, truly do. And we love the generosity of people. Sometimes people leave money to a foundation and you don't know about it till the very end, or you have some indication that money's coming, but anyway, it's just fun.
So some examples of some of the additional programs or things that are available with you guys?
Yeah, pretty much. The scholarship funds. We are the umbrella for Leadership Ready program. I'm a
You
graduate.
graduate?
Best class ever. 2017. Of course, they say every year it's the best class ever, but really we are the best
It's like being the
class
favorite
ever.
child.
Yeah, exactly. And then the Women's Fund is another program that is held under the umbrella, and they have about 300 members. They do a lot of granting out in the community. They have an endowment fund that established, and they hold a number of programs that are that educate the community about issues for women, and often for women that are challenged financially. So a lot of business related stuff. We also have a program that airs on North State Public Radio.
Okay.
We did a great series with them, and those are interviews with our area nonprofits. So it just started, and it'll run through the winter at their website is mynspr.org, and you can find out their listening, what's that called?
Their schedule?
Well, the series is called Common Ground for Common Good. And
Where to find their podcast?
I was going to say their signal, where you can get their signal, because sometimes you can get it in Dunsmuir and Mount Shasta in your driveway.
What frequency to find them out where you're at?
Exactly.
Okay.
But the good news is you can listen online too.
Yes. Yeah.
So check out Common Ground for Common Good.
Okay. And we also have a big list.
We have grant making. That's just explore our website to see that. There's so much to share. There's the scholarship funds. So students out there, you need to check our website, shastarcf.org, and click on the scholarships link. There are lots of scholarships that go out in the county. This past year, we gave out $258,000 in scholarships.
That's some books and tuition.
That is. And so the Community Foundation manages those scholarship programs. And so lots of people, that's one way that they like to leave a legacy. They might establish a fund for that. So
let's talk about, you just have all these funds.
yeah, well, funds are fun.
That's right.
The variety, I guess, simply put, you can establish a fund for any particular reason or benefit that you want, and so it's customized.
And you manage.
We'll manage it. We help you. We manage it, and then we put it into a pool of money so that the interest made on those funds and those endowments can come back into the community according to the donor's wishes forever.
Okay. And the website, they can go and look at all the lists of funds and see what matches to what they're what they're looking to fulfill?
You can look and you can read about the people that set up the funds. You can read about their particular interest, whether it's animal welfare or the arts, children.
But you facilitated on behalf of them.
Yes,
They don't get to go talk to the.
No, you won't meet the people. No,
Okay.
but it's what we do. It's,
Right.
it's just like I said. It's like the community savings bank. So
Yeah.
if you went into the bank and you wanted to know about this account or that account, we could say, oh, this account exists for this purpose and this one.
But there's something for everyone there,
Absolutely.
right? And it's all managed based upon. There's a little dog.
Oh,
Yeah.
our office dog, Cody.
I haven't met Cody yet.
Cody distracted you.
But the people who give into these funds can say what they'd like them to go to. Is that
Yes,
how
they
that
can.
works? Okay.
Yes, it is. So they can be donor advised, or in some cases, grants are given back to the community. They're reviewed by a panel of local community members.
Oh.
So if you apply for a grant from the McConnell Fund, for instance, there will be local people that will review, possibly do a site visit, and make recommendations on funding.
Okay.
So it's community based. We're local. We're in the community. One of the things that the Community Foundation does, and why we participate in Giving Tuesday, we have a stewardship endowment fund. So this was established when the Community Foundation was established, and money that goes into that fund is available for things like we used some of that money to open the Bulls Fire Community Disaster Relief Fund.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes it takes time to open these funds. And in that case, that disaster hit and people were wanting to donate money right away. So we quickly opened that fund and collected over $640,000 into that fund that has now been distributed to the survivors of the Bulls Fire, the community at large, and for the benefit of the whole community. And again, that was a local panel who reviewed all the applications and made recommendations as to how that would be dispersed. And just in September, we donated the last chunk of that. It was granted, I should say, about $72,000 in support of the rebuilding of the community center in Weed. Because that's really the biggest, largest asset that has still yet to come back. They lost 2 churches, they lost 150 something homes. So yeah, it's been 3 years of recovery, and wow, it's moving along great. So our stewardship fund allowed us to do that. And people go, how can you do this North State Giving Tuesday? It must cost a lot of money. Well, a lot of staff time and all of that. We use the Stewardship Endowment Fund to help support putting on this event for the benefit.
Well, okay, and given these numbers, I want to thank you for kind of bringing to my awareness the thought about poverty issues. Because hearing about all this support in the community, I think that yes, there are people struggling, but like you said, if we can connect the dots, which is what you're doing, it's everybody wins.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So what's what's the general cycle of, like, if somebody's looking for funding through one of these different funds, is it about a 6-month cycle in between, like, when they apply to when they would be recipients if they were awarded? Is that about how long it is?
It's usually 6 to 8 weeks from start to finish. Applications, again, I would defer people to our homepage.
Right, but it's specific to each one, but in general.
In general, an application period opens, and it's usually open for about 4 to 6 weeks. And then after that, recommendations and funding usually occurs in 3 to 4 weeks after that.
That's incredible, because some grant cycles take a long time between the application
Right.
process and approval and everything else. So you get money out in the community. That's the focus.
That's our job.
Okay.
And those grant applications and scholarship applications all are accessed online. So there's no paper, mail-in, this or that. It's all online.
Now, they can make an appointment with you and come down and talk about
Absolutely.
this and get
You
some more
bet.
information, right? Here
Yes.
or in Reading.
That's right.
Right.
Our Mount Shasta address, we're located in what's called the AGT building. ExperShare's offices are at 500, the second floor of that building at 205 North Mount Shasta Boulevard. My phone number at that office is 530-925-3313. And I do work out of the Reading office periodically. That address is 1335 Arboretum Drive in Reading. And the home office phone number is 530-244-1219.
Okay, so the Community Foundation website is?
ShastaRCF.org.
And that's where you go to get the general information about what we talked about today. But if you want to participate in Giving Tuesday, you go to?
North State Gives, with an S, because we do, .org. NorthStateGives.org. And follow us on social media, hashtag North State Giving Tuesday.
Okay.
So there's a lot happening on Facebook. I mean, not
And please,
just
if
from
you
us.
do donate and participate, do those hashtags, because it helps
Yes.
people track and know what's going on. Use your hashtags if you're going to be a part of this, even if you're not a real social media savvy person. At the end of your donation, hashtag North State Giving Tuesday.
Well, or if you're using social media in any way to say you're participating, please use that hashtag. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. And if you don't know what a hashtag is, will be another educational show here on SMC in the future.
She's the one to do it, believe me. Awesome.
Well, anything else you want to share? Or I think we've kind of...
I think we have.
Covered it.
NorthStateGives.org, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Tuesday, November 28th.
You can also donate early online.
Starting November 14th, go to the same website, just follow the prompts, review all the nonprofits who are participating, make your choices, minimum of $10 donation. So you can make a big difference for a lot of organizations if you're spreading your money around. That's pretty cool.
Well, we hope it's a real socceroo. That's the word for the day.
Socceroo. I know, that's the one that reminded me of what was that show, Laughing? Because when you're with Cindy, you're always laughing.
A notable success. That's what we want. A socceroo. A notable success. That's what we're planning on, not hoping for.
Oh, correct.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it. Especially, even $1 more than last year is going to be crazy. And so we also always have a saying of the day, a positive saying of the day, and this is applicable to what we're doing. Your greatness is not what you have, it's what you give.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing. It's really important. There's so many opportunities here to give to so many different nonprofits in your community, and the Community Foundation has made it very easy for you. Again, during the holidays, we all want to be in the spirit of giving, and we want to thank them for all the work that they're doing to support the nonprofits and everybody here in Siskiyou County who reaches out to them. They're here to help. We're going to get you that website stuff and everything when we post it online, so you'll have some nice links to that from the website. And
Giving Tuesday, this national movement, it's not just about the money. It really is about raising awareness to the nonprofits in our region. And if money's not what you can give, they need volunteers, volunteer time, in-kind gifts, all of these things. So let's make Giving Tuesday
an awareness day.
An awareness day.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
You just rebranded it. Even better. Well, to close the show, everybody knows what we do. Audra, here's one for you.
Oh, yeah.
We've done this long time. I think the hats that we had before were even more stylish than these ones.
I told Cindy I don't
Dollar General for these fancy hats.
put that elastic under my chin once I get to a certain age. So if it pops off, too bad.
Too bad. You look great.
Thanks, I have to hold very still though.
Okay.
It's going to take off like a rocket.
That would be better than the sign falling down.
It would.
All right, on three, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear, everybody who's had a birthday. Happy birthday to you. Thanks for watching. Check out Giving Tuesday, November 28th.
Thank you. You're so fun.